You want to know how to be great. I'll tell you, greatness doesn't begin on the court. It doesn't start with the crowd cheering your name. It doesn't even start with talent. Greatness starts when no one is watching. It starts in the empty gym when the lights are off, when your body is tired and your mind is screaming at you to stop. People look at my career and they see the championships, the records, the highlight reels. They see the glory, but what they don't see is the hours I spent alone, drenched in sweat, missing shot after shot after shot until my arms went numb. They don't see the mornings I got up before sunrise to practice. They don't see the nights I stayed after everyone else had gone home, refusing to leave until I made the shot I missed. Greatness is built in silence, not in applause. When I was cut from my high school varsity team, I cried, I felt humiliated, but instead of letting it break me, I let it build me. I made a decision that day. No one would ever outwork me, no one. That rejection became fuel, that pain became obsession. Because here's the truth, talent might give you a head start, but work, relentless, disciplined, painful work is the only thing that carries you to greatness. Most people don't understand what it takes. They want the success without the sacrifice. They want the trophy without the training. They want the applause without the sweat. But you can't cheat greatness. Greatness is not a gift. It's not something you're born with, it's earned every single day. And here's what I learned. Failure is the foundation of greatness. Every missed shot, every lost game, every mistake, that's where you grow. That's where you get sharper. That's where you develop the hunger. I missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I lost almost 300 games. 26 times I was trusted to take the game-winning shot and I missed. But each one of those failures taught me something. Each one pushed me to get better. Most people run from failure. The great ones run toward it because they know failure is the only way to find the edge, the only way to push past limits. So if you want to be great, don't ask yourself how to win when it's easy. Ask yourself how to keep going when it's hard. Ask yourself how to rise when you fall. Ask yourself how much you're willing to sacrifice when no one's watching. Because that's where greatness is born, not in the spotlight. In the dark, when it's just you, your dream, and your will to keep going. Greatness isn't just about physical strength. It's about the mental war you fight every single day. When you rise to the top, the pressure only gets heavier. Everyone expects you to win. Everyone expects you to perform. And when you don't, the same people who cheered will doubt you, criticize you, tear you apart. That's the reality of greatness. I faced that pressure every night. I knew that millions were watching me, waiting for me to succeed or fail. Do you think I didn't feel the weight of that? Of course I did. But here's the thing, pressure is a privilege. It means people believe in you. It means the game matters. It means you've earned a place where the stakes are high. And you have two choices when that pressure comes. You can let it crush you, or you can let it sharpen you. I chose to let it sharpen me. I welcomed the pressure. I turned it into fuel. Every doubt, every criticism, every headline that said I couldn't do it, I used it. I didn't run from it. I embraced it. Because greatness demands that you develop a killer instinct. Not just the skill, not just the talent, but the mindset that refuses to break. When I stepped on that court, I wasn't playing for fun. I was there to dominate. I was there to impose my will. I was there to prove to myself and to the world that no one would outcompete me. And let me tell you something, it wasn't easy. There were days I doubted myself, days my body hurt so much I wanted to stop. Days I asked, is it worth it? That voice of doubt, it never fully disappears. But here's the secret. You don't silence it by running. You silence it by acting. You silence it by showing up, by doing the work, by refusing to quit. That's the difference between good and great. Good players rely on talent. Great players rely on resilience. Greatness is about consistency. It's about showing up the same way, whether it's practice or the finals, whether the arena is empty or packed with thousands. It's about holding yourself to a standard that no one else can see but you. So when the world tells you that you can't, you smile, you take a breath, and you go prove them wrong again and again and again. Because greatness isn't just winning one game or one season or one championship. Greatness is a habit, a lifestyle, a relentless commitment to excellence, no matter the circumstances. And the question is, will you rise under pressure or will you fold? People love the glory of greatness, but they rarely understand the cost. To be great, you have to sacrifice. And not just once, over and over again, every single day. When my friends were out partying, I was in the gym. When others were sleeping, I was studying the game, breaking down film, working on the smallest details no one else cared about. I missed birthdays, I missed nights out, I missed moments with people I loved because I had a vision so clear, so consuming that nothing else mattered. Greatness demands isolation. It separates you. It puts you on an island where very few people can understand you. Because while they're chasing comfort, you're chasing excellence. While they're living for the weekend, you're living for the work. And yes, it gets lonely. There were times I asked myself, is the sacrifice worth it? Times when I looked around and realized I had given everything to the game, my time, my energy, my soul. But then I'd step on the court, feel the ball in my hands, hear the crowd, see the scoreboard, and I knew it was worth it. Every ounce of sacrifice turned into power. Every hour alone turned into dominance. Every tear turned into triumph. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Greatness isn't balance. You can't be great at something without being obsessed with it. An obsession will cost you. It will cost you comfort. It will cost you relationships. It will cost you parts of a normal life. But that's the price. That's the tax you pay for leaving average behind. You see, greatness isn't just about trophies or records. It's about the legacy you build. It's about becoming undeniable. It's about showing the world what's possible when you refuse to quit, when you refuse to settle, when you give everything you have and then some. And in those moments when the championship is in your hands, when you look back and see the mountain you climbed, when you realize you've inspired millions of people around the world, you know, the sacrifices weren't losses, they were investments. Investments in your greatness. So if you want to be great, stop asking, what do I gain? Start asking, what am I willing to give? Because greatness will demand more than you think you can give, and then it will ask for even more. The question is, will you pay the price? Or will you walk away because it's too hard, too lonely, too painful? Because the truth is, greatness isn't for everyone. And that's exactly why it's great. Greatness isn't given, it's taken. And once you take it, you defend it every single day. I wasn't born the best, I became the best because I refused to accept less. I refused to let fear dictate my story. I refused to let excuses control my life. You want to be great, then stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. Stop waiting for permission. No one's going to hand you a crown. No one's going to open the door and invite you to greatness. You take it with discipline, with work, with pain, with sacrifice, with an obsession so deep that people think you're crazy. Because greatness doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your background. It doesn't care if you were doubted, rejected, overlooked, underestimated. In fact, that's fuel. That's the very thing that sharpens you into something unstoppable. I didn't become great because I loved winning. I became great because I hated losing, because every loss cut me deeper than every victory could ever heal. That's what drove me. That's what kept me in the gym when everyone else went home. Greatness is about rewriting your own story over and over again until nothing, not doubt, not failure, not pain can stop you. And listen closely, being great is not about being better than others. It's about being better than you were yesterday. It's about pushing past your own limits. It's about demanding from yourself what no one else dares to demand. So here's my challenge to you. Stop chasing average. Stop settling for good enough. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I willing to pay the price of greatness? Am I willing to hurt, to sacrifice, to endure, to keep going when everyone else quits? Because greatness isn't a dream, it's a decision. A decision you make every single day, in every single choice, in every single action. You want to be great, then prove it. Not by talking, not by wishing, but by doing. By showing up, by bleeding for it. By refusing to quit, no matter what. And when you finally get there, when you look back and see the road you walked, the battles you fought, the person you became, you'll realize greatness was never about the trophies. It was about the fire inside you, the fire that never went out, the fire that made you unstoppable. Now ask yourself, are you ready to be great?